What's up everybody, it's Soul, and today I'm happy to say that All Under Heaven, the largest DLC for Crusader Kings 3 to date, probably the largest one we're ever going to get, is here, and it comes with just a ton of stuff. There's so much to this DLC. It's literally insane. I have no idea how they did it. I've spent a little bit of time just looking around the map and like jumping in between some of these new bookmarks, and honestly, it's enormous. It's basically a brand new game, which is probably how I would frame a review of this sort of thing. It's kind of crazy, but this isn't a review. This is just a video where we're going to be playing something that I had in mind. Basically, when I heard about this DLC coming out, I was very interested in trying to become the first Shogun of Japan, or just form the first Shogunate. Obviously, that does not happen in 867, but I wanted to show you the new bookmarks. So we have Living Gods on Earth. We have Autumn of Virtue, we have Song of Splendor, we have a Never Waning Moon, these are both in 1066, and then in 1178, we have Heaven in Turmoil and Rise of the Bushi. And Rise of the Bushi is the one that we're going to be doing today, the very last one. So little by little, the samurai have wrested control from the capital, ruling the provinces of Japan as their own fiefs, enriching themselves and their followers. The last decades have seen the proud Minamoto bested time and time again by the unstoppable Tara. They lick their wounds while Kiromori dominates the capital. Fear and force now govern here, as the Kampaku and the imperial family watch on, helpless. Can the Minamoto put an end to the Tari ascendancy, or does some other fate await these islands? And we're going to find that out in this video, because I plan on playing as Minamoto Yoritomo, the very first shogun of Japan. The once mighty Siwa Minamoto, or let's read this, or Genji, was a Hansei granted to disinherited descendants of the imperial Yamato family. The most significant Minamoto family descended from Emperor Siwa. Along the Fujiwara and Kanmu Taira, the Siwa Minamoto were one of the more powerful houses of early medieval Japan. The traditional mon, which we can also highlight these, hold on. The traditional mon, or crest, was 3 rindo, a genshin flowers sprouting from 5 bamboo leaves. So that's what it looks like. So now that we know who they are, this family has endured endless setbacks, succumbing to infighting as their old rivals, the Kanmu Taira, pick up the pieces. With Minamoto Yorimasa offering little resistance, Yoritomo and the other surviving sons of the famed general Yoshitomo are perhaps all that stand between Taira Kiyomori and total domination of Japan. Soon the Taira will be too powerful to oppose. Will you succumb to 1,000 cuts, or unite the country and deliver a lasting peace? We are here to find out today, and I'm not sure how this is going to go. I've kind of looked into how the government system of Japan works a little bit, but this sounds like it's going to be like a conflict, so this should be interesting. He's also easy, so I assume he gets a lot stacked in his favor, but for the first video, I figured it would be fine to do sort of a historical run. I typically tend to like to do those, so let's jump in here and get started. Ooh, and we have a starting event. This is fun. The Genpai War, Bedeviled Genshin. I am haunted by my father's defeat and the murder of my brothers in the Heiji Rebellion. The Heiji Rebellion was a conflict between the Minamoto house and the Tara clan, the latter who had the support of various other Minamoto houses over the control of the Japanese emperor. Thinking that the imperial court favored their rivals, the Minamoto rose in rebellion to try and avert that. Ultimately, they were defeated, and many of the house's members were exiled or executed. Yikes. This shame marshals my vengeance against the foul Taira. What is the Taira? The Taira, or Heki, was a Hansei granted to disinherited descendants of the imperial Yamato family. The most significant Taira family member descended from the Emperor Kanmu, along with the Fujiwara and Seiwa Minamoto. The Kanmu were one of the more powerful houses of early medieval Japan. Their traditional mon was a Akihacho, a swallow-tailed butterfly. Interesting. Though Kiyomori may think the chrysanthemum throne secured by his daughter's marriage to Tin-non Norihito, the Minamoto still holds sway in the eastern provinces, and the imperial family chafes under his rule. Although the Minamoto figurehead, Yorimasa, aided Kiromori against my father, my spies tell me that there has been friction between these two. Elsewhere, my cousin Yoshinaka has not forgiven his father's death at my half-brother's hands, but would make a useful ally. Interesting, and then we have 2 choices here. Also interesting that they're using a starting event. I like that. You will attempt to rally your own forces in order to liberate the chrysanthemum throne. Okay, or you must reconcile your differences if you're to topple the most unassailable Taira. Should it just be me singularly? Or should it be a family thing? I guess we could try both options, see how they go. Let's do I alone will end the Taira. And we're here in the game, and we have a couple new features. Obviously, we're going to go with martialship focus because that's what this character seems to have. So we'll give him, I guess, he doesn't seem to fight too much. We'll do strategy. Although he's actually going down the overseer tree, but it doesn't really matter. The music is really good so far, and obviously we want to look at the new map. But before we do that, let's look at the other stuff. So we have these things called blocks. It's kind of like a confederation inside of the Japanese system. They talk about that a little bit in the dev diary, but basically it's a way for there to be a little bit more power dynamics going on within it. Our block is quite powerful. There's a couple different ones. The Kanmu block is very strong. Ours is not nearly as strong. The Oshu block, there's not a block up here. There's not a block down here. No confederations or anything, at least down there. And there should be different cultures. Is these the Ainu? Yeah, the foreign culture. It'd be interesting to unite the Ainu. What is this a kingdom title up here? Oh, that could be a fun one. You may see me do something with this. I'm interested in those. I think the Princess Mononoke character, Lord Ashitaka, I think he's either based off of a Okinawan or a Ainu. I can't remember. Or it's like one of the other indigenous peoples of Japan. Anyway, that's not what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about the video. So let's look at the map first. First of all, huge addition. I can't remember exactly where it cut off before. I think it was somewhere around here. Right? I want to say like right here. So it's just an insane amount, first of all, to even add. Got a new, just so much down here. There's a lot of new things to mess around with, a lot of new faiths, as you can see, just a ton. Here we go, we'll give you a little look at that. And then the culture map, just a ton of those too. A lot of different houses, obviously. Very cool. So far, really like just the general map art, but let's zoom in and like give the map an actual look. Oh yeah, it's a little dark over here, so let's go to just Japan in general. Yeah. It looks really good. Also, they added like 23 songs to this DLC, just as an aside. It's pretty crazy. So there's a ton of different things involved with your house. If I remember right, there's now house relations within... I don't know if this is just within Japan. I know that it's involved with it, but basically this is like your relation with other houses, which is something that's unique. I would love to see this added to the AGOT mod, actually. But basically, you can have like positive or negative relations with these houses, and we are quarreling with them. This is my rival, actually. We also have a new manor. So the Japanese governments, I believe, get their own unique manor system. So we have our family stables, our house corral, a bunch of new things. So they're like own unique buildings. They're not like the other like mansion or whatever domicile system from the Byzantines. It has its own unique thing. Or like, you know, the Khans had their own one as well. I apologize. I'm going to turn the music down just a little bit. I believe because we are... Our culture... Oh, our current fascination is gunpowder. We also get warrior monks. Oh, that's sick. Okay, well, let's look at ours. What is our culture? We are the Yamato culture. We have fragile peace. We can recruit mounted samurai, which are really good. They're largely kept safe from invasion by sea, defending against raids from the north and maintaining Kanmu's peace against predators. Our upstart governor still demands skilled fighters and organizers. We're good at fighting in mountains. Actually, a lot of different things. We have inward perfection, ephemeral grace. There's a lot of stuff. Basically, my idea, and also most of Japan is Yamato, so it doesn't really matter. Everybody can recruit these. Warrior monks. I believe the decision that we're trying to go for is to formalize the Kawachi Shogunate. The endless politicking of the imperial courts has run its course. Undermined by the pageantry and trappings of days past, a strong hand must establish a new order of service, family, and steel. This will also allow you to, if I'm not mistaken, it'll enter the Bushido era, and you can recruit samurai, which is really cool. We have a bunch of different stuff we can petition. Actually, what does the court look like? Ooh. Oh, wow, that's beautiful. What does this court look? I know I'm just jumping around at the moment. Oh, yeah. This is lovely. So there's a way to look at this. Hold on, I gotta remember. My manor, no, not the situations. It is up here, yes. So this is the actual empire, the ceremonial monarch, the Yamatos. So they might have their own unique throne. They should have a bone of the Buddha. I'm surprised they don't have like a chrysanthemum throne. You can also play as this character, technically, if I'm not mistaken, and like do certain things with them, which is pretty cool. I do like the new clothing and the new poses. There's a lot of them. That I saw when I was messing around. Let's work on... Let's station our men-at-arms. Actually, we came with 2. We have light footmen and mounted samurai, which I will take, and I will mount... Or I will put them here. I'll also grab a second mounted samurai. I can negotiate some alliances with my brother-in-law. It's not going to be very useful, but this makeup goes crazy, my guy. Damn, you are looking... Also, this armor goes crazy, my guy. My uncle, you look crazy, my guy. I can negotiate an alliance with this guy. Who's my house at? I know that we're just sort of doing like background stuff, but I wanted to show you guys like a lot of this here. So we have situations. This will show you different ones. We are involved in apparently the Great Steppe and the dynastic struggle. We are currently in the tension era for Japan, or not Japan, for China, I believe is who's involved in it mainly. We're just peripherally involved. Some different political movements. There's a lot of different stuff in this DLC. As you can see, we are house... So we are in a powerful house. We are the 5th strongest house, and we control 1.5% of counties within my block. I am in the Setsu block. It would be nice if we could get this dude. Let me work on swaying him, because if he would join one of our blocks, it could be a big... He was a former emperor. Oh, he's a Yamato. I see. Okay, that's interesting. Well, then actually I should work on swaying this guy, because you should be within this. I have few bushi. Okay. Do I have any children? I have one. Secondary spouses, you can get a ton. And you do get alliances with those, which is interesting. She's pretty good, actually. And she is... House relations will improve by 15%. Interesting, interesting. There's a lot going on here. A lot going on, a lot to see. There's also just an insane amount of other stuff. Let's see, I want to show you, because, you know, obviously we're doing a bunch of preamble here because I'm trying to just show you how much is different here. We have our house aspiration. Our current aspiration is strength, so we can construct an armory, which I think I will do here whenever we get a chance. We can inspire our troops. We can upgrade our aspiration with a certain amount of prestige. This will also be able to be changed for 1,000. It's kind of like your camp purpose, sort of, or like, I think admin governments also have this, if I'm remembering correctly, where you have like different focuses. This is kind of like the same idea, where you can sort of like either bend to the will of the current government or sort of like, you know, have different effects. This one increases your martial. This one is more, you know, about like your spy master. This one is more like having, you know, humble learning, stuff like that. It makes a lot of sense in context. So this is the Silk Road, in case you were curious as to what this looks like on the map. It's very cool. These are different marketplaces. So we have bulkheads, coking. Interesting, interesting. These guys have grenades. May only be acquired as potential calls for fascination via Chinese heritage, the Sinophilic tradition, or the Silk Road. So it looks like the Chinese get access to those. And they actually have a ton of... These guys are insane, holy crap. There are unique men-at-arms now. Obviously, I've got to have to show you guys those. So we currently have the mounted samurai, adopting the technique of the northern Emishi, but using heavier armor. Samurai take to the saddle, Yumi in hand, and harry their foes with arrows. They are strong against skirmishers and heavy infantry. We also have, again, as our unique one, we get warrior monks, which cost piety. Defending the faithful and serving their patrons, these monks' lives of devotion give plentiful time for training and strong convictions. And we should probably try to create some of those as well. We have different events that we can do, or just one at the moment, which is a festival. Opportunities for people to deepen their connection with their heritage and the divine, for the rulers to display magnanimity and reinforce their authority. I would definitely like to see this one. I wouldn't mind to see if the pilgrimages are a little bit different, because I believe our faith, which we should read, is a little different. So we are actually Buddhist, not Shinto, which is interesting. Buddhism is obviously pretty big in Japan at this time, but Shintoism is also quite large. There's quite a few different faiths here, but we are Mantrayana. Mantrayana Buddhists augment their understanding of the profound and accelerate their spiritual journey with an array of esoteric rituals and mystic implements. Interesting. Have a lot of, they're polytheistic. They have local rites, which means we can perform a sacrifice. We need not travel far in order to demonstrate to devotion. A short journey to a nearby shrine and making sacrificial offerings, we can retain the favor of the divine for the foreseeable future. We can spend gold or prestige. We should probably try this just to see what it does. While a sacred offering can be made at any temple, even my local shrine in Kawachi, it is clear that not every sacred space is equal. A visit to a dedicated temple community could be quite time-consuming, but would likely be more impressive. Return for 55. Okay, so you can pick which one you want. You'd only get 50 piety for that, which would not be enough to get warrior monks, I don't think. No, we would need a little bit more than that. So we'll just wait a second. Maybe we'll hit go and see if anything else pops up. Petition the Daijo. Council appointment. We don't want to petition him. So the Daijo is like the actual ruler, if I'm not mistaken. He's like the person who's in charge of Japan for a literal sense, but the emperor is the, I guess, symbolic ruler. Let's hit go, see if anything crops up here. Well, this guy joined our block. Very nice. Our Setsu block, which is how strong now? I don't think it's gotten any better. Okay. We are cooperative. Concerted, okay. Any new buildings by chance? I'm sure there are, I just want to see. Let's scroll. Actually, no. Surprisingly not. We could declare wars. Ooh, we can do a block expansion. This is interesting, okay. You'll see composed of the channel and decide how to distribute them. Oh, that's interesting, okay. Okay. Their strength is similar. They have just mounted samurai. Should we also get... It would have been smart, probably, to grab some ladders, huh? Imperial pacification. All await the word from the Imperial Palace in Heian-kyo, where today the Kiyomori will proclaim a new policy in the name of Norihito. Messengers will soon be dispatched to all corners of the administration of Japan, heralding the Ten-Nose Decree. In times of need, Japan has justly defended itself by extending the frontier of the country. Once more, we must press forwards. Interesting, so we have to... So they want us to go north, huh? Does not hold... Oh, okay. So I can't do this one. That's interesting. So is it this guy? No, this will just be a block expansion. Okay, I'm good. I'm following. Oh, house heads can ask for men at arms. That's a really good one, actually. But I'm not... I mean, I'm probably not even remotely close to being the head of this house. Or actually, no, I am. I'm in... Ryle, not the lion. No, my brain rot. Ryle, not the lion. Genpai War, Genshin Unbound. Kiyomori, his lust for power is a river coursing without check, ravaging noble tradition and propriety alike. Even naming himself Daijo Daijin, master of all Japan, could not sate his wanton thirst. Drunk on the ecstasy of unchallenged Tara dominance, he has seen fit to remove Emperor Kono and put his grandson Tokihito on the chrysanthemum throne. In years past, my family have been palisade against Tara ambition. Now, incompetent Minamoto leadership would have us be the palanquin bearers. Yorimasa is too weak. Were my wise father here, he would never have let this happen. I must rally the Minamoto. You need to have at least one of these. Okay, has a higher strength aspiration than Setsu. Okay, so that would be one that we could do. So if we had a higher house aspiration like this one, we just need 2,500. Probably. Well, what is his? Can I see his? Where is he? Where is he? Where is he? Where is he? I think it's the same right now. We're both at sturdy, I think. So I would need to get it up to the maximum. Gotcha. Okay, I'm following. I'm following. Okay. So I think I kind of know what I need to do. We need to probably expand ourselves a little bit and get ourselves a little bit of prestige. And then we can work on negotiating alliance. Absolutely. Why not? And then we can work on doing the other stuff. It seems like... So I know that for... If I'm remembering right, we're a Soryo realm, or Soryo. It's a feudal government. It represents local lords who have discarded or supplanted the reach of the central Ritsuryo government and rule provinces as their own fiefs. Soryo characters do not use influence, but noble family heads retain their family manor and house aspiration. Though they cannot be elected ruling regent, Soryo rulers may take power via the install ruler regent faction and use the formalized shogunate decision. They govern the realm on behalf of the Japanese emperor, inherit by primogeniture succession, and may be overthrown by faction demand. They can create and join house blocks within the realm. So we do not have an admin government. We are still basically a feudal government. And we can expand our block by doing one of these. And I want to, we just need to get enough to have probably cloud ladders. We'll get these next, and then I'll probably start going to town on these fools. Oh, we can do a county conquest of this, actually, which would be better for me, I think. Who is this guy? Oh, here we go. Conquer County. I will take your county, my guy. Actually, it would probably be really beneficial to me if I started going up there and just going to town on them, huh? All right, we're going up. I love the ships, by the way. Looks fantastic. It says we should win this right away. They're actually going to run. Doesn't matter. Also, the new models for the combat. Fabulous. I love the armor. This look, insane. The drip, unbelievable. So we now have Kushiro, which is a tribal holding. We can feudalize it for 500 gold. So we will first work on, I guess, just... So all of these are probably just feudal, but that's fine. We'll have them just work on this, and I'll have you work on converting the faith. My ascendancy as head of House Kawachi has been foiled. My cousin, that spider Nake, has spun a web of silken lies, poisoning the ears of all who will listen. Sori Yorimoto is not fit to lead House Kawachi. He says, above all else, his first dream of the new year was inauspicious and should preclude me leading the family and demands my seat. If I let this canker fester, it will consume the body. For the good of House Kawachi, I must act. The mature rice plant lowers its head. Oh, he will form a new house. Created the cadet branch Emma. And we can now also make, which I'm going to do, is I'm going to grab some of these warrior monks. Defending the faithful and serving their patrons, these monks' lives of devotion give plentiful time for training and strong convictions. Which I think we can only station the one. I'll put these guys here. A curse undone! A twist of fate has not been to my advantage. Buddha knows that I cursed the day I met Daijo Daijin Kiyomori. However, that curse has been lifted. He's dead. Nice, good. Love to see it. Let's keep improving our... Should we just improve our men-at-arms? Or wait, no. Let's improve our manor, because this could be better for me. Domicile income plus 4%? Yes. Big. Huge. Yes. 4% cheaper archer cavalry? Another one! Oh, wait, that's right, and that's fair. I forgot I had another son. This guy's having a hunt. I wouldn't mind doing that. Bunch of different locations. Let's go. For 4 gold, I can deal with that. I can do that. We visited Mount Fuji. Let's read it. The lone towering snow-capped peak of Fujisan marks the passage into eastern Japan and is a sight famed throughout the islands, drawing travelers and pilgrims and granting repose to all who gaze upon it. Among the most sacred Shinto mountains, Fuji is home to a goddess of volcanoes, the cherry blossom, and life's ephemeral delicacy. I couldn't read the word, I apologize. Very beautiful to look at on the map, though. I have to get a higher rank than him. That was what we were looking for, right? Okay, I remember now. We were trying to get to this, but we need a lot of prestige for that. Should we do a hunt? Or a festival? Festival could be cool. Should we do one in Kawachi? It costs a little bit. We got to come back home first. Let's see. We've not even got to see one of these yet anyway. So, greatly increased prestige gain. Let's wait till we have 100. We'll do a huge one, and we'll do it for incurrence cohesion. Coax to block. Oh, okay. We could draw this guy in, although he's dead. Encourage cohesion. Encourage cohesion's fine. Let's try that. Let's start it. I'm throwing a festival. What does it look like? It's got 5 months left. Very nice. This guy playing the flute. Look at him. Oh, they're all playing the flute. And they got a fan. We got tea. Hell yeah. These days of dancing sleeves. Today is an occasion of celebration, but also to secure the blessing of the gods. Eyes, both mortal and divine, will scrutinize our conduct and offerings, and so we must take care to ensure that all is in order. Look at this. Well, lovely animation. Didn't they change the skeletons on all of these? They look great. May the gods look upon us favorably. Crack! Crack! These loud noises should put all evil spirits to flight. The village youths before me continue stamping their feet and cracking their wooden staves with the gusto of fierce warriors. This stirring tradition could prove advantageous on other fronts where their staves to be exchanged for spears. Being drafted villagers for 10 years. Wow. My fellow vassal Yorinari stands in abject horror as we both gaze at the stake. Sake dripping from my robes, the luxurious garment already darkening with a spreading stain. Those around us stand frozen in curiosity, hiding their reaction behind painted faces. Waiting, no, anticipating a coming explosion. Well, of course I'm going to freak out at this loser. How could he be such an idiot? Deerhide drums thunder, announcing the beginning of the ceremonial procession. The banner bearers proudly lead the march, resplendent in their festival garb, followed by the majestic palanquin borne aloft on the shoulders of attendants. Look out! The picturesque procession is shattered as a pelican bearer shouts, loosening his grip, resulting in the palanquin tipping dangerously. Have the fool beaten and his village pay a penalty. Hold steady, I'm coming. Let's do that one. I'll just run over and grab it. Lanterns illuminate the evening revelry as the air pulses with music and bursts of laughter. I can't help but be stirred by the sight before me. Look at this dance! They're getting it. Festival spirit for 5 years. Small health boost, I'll take it. As the night's revels wane and give way to the first golden rays of dawn, attendees soak up these final moments before returning to the humdrum of daily responsibility. My fellow vassal, Toshu Sukamura, approaches. Your companionship has been most welcome these past days. It would be an immense honor if you would count me among your confidants in the future. This guy would like to be my friend. And 350 prestige from that. And I am now illustrious. I love the art so much. Cups raised aloft. After a day of festive revels, dusk descends upon us and the true celebration begins. Our host's wine flowing like a ceaseless river. Each drink invites another and then another. I made a friend with the guy running it. Pretty cool. I like the festival. They're cool. This would change my legitimacy to rightful. Oh, I could take over their territory. I'm gonna do it. Trying to expand a little bit. I may end up getting rid of those two at the north because this one is probably actually going to be good for me. Alright, now I'm a good commander. Here we go. We're doing a little expanding now. I thought maybe like going up to the top would be a good idea, but I think it was just a waste of time. Thankfully we haven't spent too much time. Let's try to beat him in open battle first. I love the combat look. Our Bushi was maimed. Oh. Very rude. Oh, we captured a prisoner. Looks like a couple, actually. Just this guy? Setsu block call to arms. Leadership of House Setsu is as stalwart and bold as ever. The Soryo Yorimasu now seeks to rally our opposition of Sori. Ooh. None who stand behind or against the Setsu block can ignore our might, and the strength comes from our unity. We're fighting an expansion war? So he called in the whole block to do it with him? I feel like I'm slowly getting in a groove with what I want to do with this. It's a little different. You kind of have to negotiate a bit more with these blocks. Come here, my friend. I'm not participating like at all. New martial perk, hell yeah. Honestly, getting engineered for destruction would probably be useful for me. Yep, there we go. It'll be a little bit quicker. Hopefully we can finish this up before we run out of troops. Oh my god, I keep having children. Oh my god, with 10 days left! Oh, okay. Well, that worked out. Beautiful. Now I have Nakashima. That was took forever to expand into that, but I mean, I'll take it. These two, I don't think they even give me anything. They literally don't give me anything. Have fun being a vassal. Don't care. Assign. You can do it. You should work on this. 3 years. Nice. Cool. So now we actually have a useful one here. And now it actually works. Okay, so if you expand within the territory, you'll just take what they already had. Okay, so that makes way more sense. I was like, it doesn't feel very useful in the other context. I became the dynasty head of the Minamoto. That's good. Does that mean that I'm in charge of this block now? No. We only need 900 to get to the top. And I'm wondering, is there anything that I can do now that I'm in charge of that? What is this? A natural disaster. I remember that those were added. That's really cool. Also kind of scary. I think the big thing you got to do at the beginning is try and get them to join your... block once you are actually in charge of one. It's taking me a minute to actually do it. Yeah, cast down this guy. Get him out of here. Nice. I am something. Got assigned a seat on the council. I am the administrator. That's totally makes sense. I love that I get some unique drip for that, though. That's fun. I'm also going to a festival to try to get myself a little bit more prestige, because once I can increase this by one more, it's Jover. We are going to be there. We're getting 11. We had visited the administration of Japan and the Herein Palace, which we can read. Built by the Emperor Kanmu as the centerpiece of his great city of Heian-kyo, or Peace Capital, the sprawling palace complex houses the imperial court residence and the central bureaucratic offices of Japan. Its corridors are bustling hubs of ceremony, politics, and intrigue, where ancient aristocratic families vie for influence. We do not belong to that form of government, as you guys remember, so we don't really get to do anything as far as that goes. A lot of warrior monks. These guys counter actually kind of a lot. The festival canceled. To war. I was looking forward to this festival. I brought my whole family. It's not right. You can't do this to me. I'm kind of curious to see what this does. Let's try it, because I've never done one. So let's just go for it, I guess. 21? Just go over the land, guy. Who cares if it takes longer? No. I do not care. I will walk there. It's only been 8 years since the game started. I feel like we've been really flying. Also, I gotta say the performance is incredible. I was really worried that the game would not run very well. But I've been playing for about an hour and a half, and it feels honestly smoother than ever. The game also loaded really fast for me. It's kind of insane. Whatever they did with the map, they obviously reworked so much, and it just runs a lot better now, I have to say. It's done. I should be able to ransom this guy anyway. For a little bit extra gold, please. I'll also improve my manor now that I have this. So it took me 18 months. Let's do it. Enforce our demands. So what do we do now that we've expanded that? Ah, my force can stand proud having served me and the Setsu block well against this person. It would be prudent to ensure these lands stay with trusted and loyal retainer. These guys would all lose 25 opinion of me if I take it, but I want it, so I'm taking it. Sorry. I don't mean to be a dick, but I'm gonna, it's gonna be mine, unfortunately. Pay ransom? Absolutely. I love it when you pay ransom to me. It's actually my favorite thing. Or maybe improve our... Yeah, probably get these big rice fields. These large rice plots. I could ally them to them, but that's not what I want to do. Because this is this house, the Kanmu, and we want to try and take over for them, so we're not going to do that. We are growing. Once you take over a block, it looks like you actually gain quite a significant amount of land from it. So that is something to keep in mind as we progress here further. So... I guess I recommend don't go up here. Try to take over stuff from within, because I'm already gaining a lot of power from just doing that on my own. And I think I have at least... I can have one more title. I could do a bunch of different ones. Interesting. Yeah, that's definitely going to be something we're going to want to do here. Do we want this little island? What would this give me? Actually, they have a silver mine. So yes, I do. I do want that very badly. Thank you. Hopefully, if we finish this task, we should work on EO. Which is this. Does not have a... Don't have the Duchy of Nankaido, so you can't make a duchy building. Very close to getting this all the way up to the max. It says we should... There's only one spot to land, so I kind of have to just do it right here. Hopefully this works. Okay, that's fine. I did lose somebody, one of my counselors. Dang. Oh, died of old age. Okay, he didn't die in battle or something. I thought he was dead because of me. It's really cool that you can call in dynasty members when you're the dynasty head, but it would be cool if you could do... I wonder if that's why we have this helmet now. Is there anything I can do with it? Not a lot of different features, I would say, as far as this government type goes. It's probably because we're the feudal one. This is nearly done. I don't think we have any prisoners. No, we're good. Actually, I captured this guy's kid, so I should be able to ransom you. Oh, yeah. Give me that money. Perfect. 150. Love it. Dismiss. This is mine now, and I control the silver pits. It is a silver pit. Honestly, we should be working on this one. It's 6 years, but that's fine. I have no powerful vassals because you don't really have vassals, I guess. 12 gold a turn now? Dude. Hello? What should we get? Can I station these guys now? Oh, I can. What if I put you here, and I put you... Yeah, it's fine. Or would it be better to put one of you guys here? So that's 24. I think I have you... Actually, I think I... Are you guys better here? Oh, you're better. You guys get... Warrior monks get a slight bonus to siege if I put them there. You guys, yep. Okay, so you get a bonus to siege. So a little tiny siege bonus. That's actually really good. Let's get those up to 200. Yeah, that's fine. Get you up to 600. We're still getting 10 gold a turn, so it's good. Very, very close. He's 41. It's been 10 years since the game started. I feel like now we're going to finally start making some moves. Upgrade House Aspiration to this one, which gives us effectively one more men-at-arms regiment, and our army damage and men-at-arms damage is actually increased. Upgrade. Hell yes. And that should also mean that I can claim the House Block leadership. I need 200 prestige for that. Doing a sacrifice, we're going to lose a little bit of money. Arriving at the shrine in Ishizuki, I find myself reflecting over its role and significance. There are many more important shrines, but that does not mean it's not an exemplary monastic community. Seeing the reverence of all those that dwell here is inspiring. As I'm getting ready to leave, Zenzo turns to me. This is a sacred place, and so my thoughts must dwell on the divine, but those who devote themselves to its care are also worthy. Let us make a donation. 50 gold for 100 piety. Perfect. And we are now a dutiful servant, and I can get another monk. Hell yeah. More warrior monks. More. You included my meditation, so it's just like a sort of a little thing. What's really weird is that this guy looks exactly like somebody I know. Like, identical. It's kind of freaking me out. Nice. Okay, so I think that should let me become the leader of this block. He would already accept. I can also impress him with more prestige, but I can just claim the leadership now. I am now the new block leader. Hell yeah. All right. So let's look at the block. Honestly, I wonder if I can't invite him to my block. Impress with prestige, and I could offer a hook on myself. He would consider it. We could probably work on, if we arranged a marriage between me and you. They wouldn't accept. Because who's not in a block? Let's see. We got to start working on people who might join us. I would just need 75 gold. Actually, we might be able to get him to join right now. Hold on. And he would join. Do it. It's gained a favor hook on me. Oh, a bunch of them joined our block. 27,000. Oh, yeah. The Kawachi. Oh, so now we're the Kawachi block. Hell yeah, dude. Invite house to block. They would just join. I might just do it. Oh, I don't have 142 prestige. I'm a little low. Oh, the Kawachi. Oh. And what does this do? It's forced to recognize the superiority of the Kawachi block. Unlike other wars, all members of both blocks will join. Okay, so the block supremacy war is a special type of war waged between the leading houses of the two Soryo house blocks. The victorious block will gain cohesion, while the losing block will lose a third of its cohesion. In addition, any Soryo member houses of the losing block whose house head is not loyal, hooked by a sub-vassal of, an ally of, a friend of, or terrified of losing the land will join the victorious block. Oh. Okay. Yeah, I need 132. And we need to get some prestige stat is the big thing. So we'll have to work on that in here in a second. So I just had a thought. I think what I'm going to do, there's a faction for this guy who wants to get installed as the ruling regent. I was in this, But I'm going to create my own faction, and at 115%, I'm going to press my demands and see if he says yes. He said no. I'm not surprised, but your ridiculous attempt at intimidation will never succeed. I'm the rightful Daijin of Japan. All traitors shall meet justice on the battlefield if needs be. My 29,000 versus his 33,000. So this is my power block versus his. I just have to get my troops ready to go and hopefully win this war. Come on. Battle of Herein. There you go, babies. Get in there. That's the war leader. If we can capture him, that would be huge. The Disgraceful. It's not a very confident, inspiring name. Perfect. Battle of Watanabe. My Master of Horse died gloriously in battle. It's fine. Love to see that. Perfect. Martial lifestyle. I would love to get envelopment for the men-at-arms counters. Nice. I wonder what the battle score is. Dang. Okay, we'll head back this way. Keep on winning. I don't think it's 50%. If it's not, this might be good. Ooh. A building in the Atsuyu monastery ground is burned to the ground. Monks and scholars scramble to find a new place for their work. If you could help restore the monastery, surely Buddha will bless you. I must see how this monastery was set ablaze. Was it insurance fraud? And I think we've weakened him quite a bit. Yeah, we now have double his army strength. I'm going to meet him in open field again and just kind of keep on chasing him down. I got nicknamed the Lionheart. Dude, absolutely. I think we got to take the capital now. Otherwise, we're going to end up suffering for it. We've done really well. And we've captured a ton of people. So we honestly probably just ransom a ton of these now, huh? All right, did our mass ransom. We're sieging this castle. I'm going to try and resupply. Or like get my forces back up on this guy. We'll see if that works out. 400 of those? Perfect. Very nice. I don't think they'll actually get raised up in the middle of a war, though. So they decided that they were going to try and stop me from sieging this down. Because it's really close. I tried to speed ahead, but they got caught up in here. Huge victory. Again, 115 gold for my spouse, who I just found out is cheating on me, of course. So it goes. Financially savvy, but unfaithful. And it's over. We just took the city. We took Hyenkyo, and we have won the war. After 3 years, I will get the Daijin. As Daizo's Daijin, you have new duties and responsibilities. You will be expected to regularly hold court, solving the disputes of the realm, and taking the advice of the other tenos of other quarters, yes. Let's tour the new palace. So be it. And we can hold court. I am now the Daijin, so I have risen above the ranks. I need to get now exalted among men, which kind of sucks because that is a little bit of a ways from now. And then apparently level 4 legitimacy, which isn't too bad. We should be able to do that really easily. I have a couple different court artifacts. Let's see. Also, I love the courtroom. Again, have to say it. Actually, these are not even mine. These are theirs, so I'm going to destroy the Konmu one. We'll destroy this one too. Why not? I don't need any of that crap. So what buildings do I now have? I could move my manor. Although, honestly, let's just leave it where it is. It's fine where it is. We could probably upgrade it, right? We don't have cranes. Ooh, you do need those. Holy God, do you see how much money you get per turn as this? Steward of Administration, is now up to me to lead the apparatus my predecessor Toshu Shigemori left behind. With it is my solemn duty to shepherd Japan in the name of Tenno Tokuhito. I stand with dignity before the assembled court, soaking in the moment and puffing up my chest. Oh, the things that I will accomplish. My block has terrible cohesion and it keeps losing it per turn. I think we need to ditch a couple people. Probably some of the weaker ones like this guy. There we go. Now we're getting back up. And I can also ask people to change their aspirations so that they're more cohesive with me, which is what I'm going to do with these two. Perfect. This is interesting. Let's petition him. I am escorted into Tenno Tokuhito's throne room where he beckons me to approach and address him. I express the honor my family would receive to be joined in matrimony with the imperial house, clarifying the dignity of the Kawachi bloodline and the suitability of our maidens and bachelors. He sits in silence several moments as he mulls my petition over. Eventually he addresses me, "You speak well, but if I'm to agree to request, I will need something in return." 320 gold. Okay, well I accept. And I would like to arrange a marriage between myself and your sister. It's still a pretty low chance. Force abdication. It's my influence. That's so crazy. Oh, he would relinquish it to his brother. What if I sent you a gift? You gain 27 opinion of me, and then I could arrange a marriage between me and them. And you'd still say no. My low legitimacy. That's the biggest one. Reluctance to be secondary spouse. You could divorce them. You know what? Let's do a pilgrimage. I've not done one, and I need some piety, I think. Pious pilgrimage. We are at our pilgrimage site. I've walked the holy path. We got to just at least get to, hopefully, great pilgrimage. We'll see what we got up here. This has been an interesting journey. It's like fun trying to figure out the new mechanics and then also trying to like balance everything that's going on. Why am I losing faith? Too few spouses. I love your gift. Oh, he will accept. I can now be married into the royal family, the Yamato family. Perfect. And you are old. That's just fine. I could make you my primary spouse, but I don't need to. So now I have insane amounts of allies. We could technically just go into here and attack them, which I'm not going to do, but I'm in charge of Japan, which I think is sick. It's interesting how you have to do this too. You have to sort of like expand your block, and then with your block, you can kind of leverage your ability to do other things. Should we do a festival first? Because that could be fun. We could do one in Yamashiro, a big one, and we'll do it to encourage cohesion, because I want my cohesion to go up anyway. So we'll just do a little festival really quickly. It's not like we're in a rush now. We've already taken Japan. We just have to get... I would say I have like 10 years. Because our cohesion is now at cooperative. And I think the only thing I could really do at this point would be to like attack these people, which I can technically. What did we just gain? I don't want this. I'm gonna grant this to you. You enjoy all of that. You're drunk and you're one-eyed because you don't like being up there. I have 18,000 troops. Pretty good. That's just on my own, too. That's not even including my block. Woo! Strong, 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 baby. And I can also challenge the other block if I wanted to, which is these guys, I want to say. No, is it? It's the Kanmu block, which would be this guy. I could technically declare war on him. Well, actually, no, I can't. Because I'm the leader already, so I'm not allowed to do that. That's interesting. Although, it does make sense. Might as well just take all of these, too. Let's raise all of our forces in our capital, which is apparently worse to do. $189 to disembark. Dang, that's expensive. A new dynastic legacy. We have elegance. Ooh, yes. Family estates. Increase our domicile income. So there's a new... So we have dynastic duty, poetic beauty, etiquette. Nice. Hell yeah. That's one down. Yeah, I'm not going to keep these, obviously. Dang, they're holding out strong. They may actually beat me. No. No, they won't. My brother can marry. Okay, and another duchy. Got a couple prisoners we can ransom. A lot of stuff going on. Should have known that when I was coming up here to pacify, I guess, the land. And then we're about to take this, and then we can send all of our armies home. And it's over. And this should belong to him. Perfect. Now Japan stretches far and wide. Tokuda rumblings in the deep. Word has reached me of a great disturbance in the Tokuda Bushidan. The earth beneath the region shakes and trembles with cracks forming in the surface. Small structures have begun to topple over. Denizens of the Bushidan grow restless, harming organizational efforts. In the spirit of their panic, I must endeavor to minimize the damage done. Is there something I can do? The foreshock? Oh no. Shrines and shrines in Tokuda have begun to crumble due to the quake, striking fear and even the most faithful. It is clear the shaking will not let up and grows in intensity. The quivers in Tokuda have reached their whoa, cool effect! Have reached their apex, wreaking havoc on the land. Homes and other edifices overturn in mass. Many who attempt to flee are crushed by the tumbling rumble. It's a typo. The destruction triggers a devastating chain of events with fires and civil unrest breaking out. Brave souls attempt to save those under the rubble, only to lose their lives. Billowing smoke and fire across the Bushidan. The realm is abuzz with terror-filled rumors of the Tokuda earthquake. Halls and towers are fallen, burying lords and their households. The death toll is grave, even among the nobility. The once tall and brooding walls of Tokuda have fallen, making it impossible to station any regiments there. Warriors are moved to safer areas, but this in turn creates vulnerability for the region. At its weakest moment, the land lies in ruin, undefended and vulnerable. Years of investment and the fruits of back-breaking labor in the region are undone in the blink of an eye. Families abandon their ancestral homes as that all that remains is rubble. Chroniclers lament the loss of sacred and rare treasures along with the military's vital stockpile of supplies. The innocent run as debris rains from the sky, only to be swallowed by plumes of dark, suffocating smoke. Buildings that have stood immovable for an eon now lie in ruin. Their shadow remains entirely unrecognizable. Dang. The earth falls silent and the ground of Tokuda no longer trembles. What was once a thriving Bushidan now lies in ruins, and now only a handful of buildings are left standing. There's a sense of relief, but it is without question the region is a shell of its former self. The devastation will be recounted for years and plague the soul of the survivors. The road to recovery is long. And you can get legitimacy from these. Interesting. I can actually contribute to all of them. Memorial fortifications. These are all really good. My domain limit would be decreased by 1 if I do that one. So we just do these, and then just wait another year before we travel. Because I'm 51, I mean, it's fine. Survivor recovery. What is the tax burden on that? Well, 10% less. Let's do it. Yeah, I don't really want the domain to be burdened by that, but this will be completed in about 30 days because I did a bunch of stuff. It looks like the Yamato house decided to do it. The recent disaster that afflicted our land left damage that will take generations to mend. A wound felt across the land inflicted on noble and commoners alike. We bound together to honor those that lost their lives and to restore our cities and towns. If disaster strikes again, we will be prepared. It lost all negative modifiers. Thing is, he's still not at full legitimacy? That's crazy. Could have swore he would be. Actually, we're really close to Exalted Among Men, though. I think because of a lot of that. So, we'll do a grand tour. I'm going to jump ahead once I do that. And then when we come back, we should be able to create the Shogunate, which is exciting because that was the whole point of the video. A pious... Ooh! Echoes of History. Oh, this is cool. Echoes of History. I don't think I've ever seen a historical character in my entire life playing this game, which is insane. A pious and well-respected Syo, known as Mio, is reportedly wandering my realm in search of employ. He hails from the barony of Nagusa and has a certain air about him, wise yet somewhat pompous. Orphaned as a boy, Mio studied at a wide variety of schools, with Mongaku and Eisai among his teachers, but was left cold. Seeking solitude from the debates of the monasteries, he returned to the once popular Kegon teachings, revitalizing them with infusions of Shogun and Tendai thought and reflecting fascination with Nimbutsu. Reciting the name of this person is an ancient Buddhist mindful practice that was founded... Oh, I see. This man could serve me well. Perfect. Start the tour, and then I think I should make that dude... I could probably make him my guru, huh? I like the manner system. I mean, I guess since we're approaching the end of this video, I should probably give some of my thoughts overall. I like the Japanese system a lot. I know this character is supposed to be easy, but there wasn't really any kind of like guidance for you to do. Oh my god, that was scary. If he died just now, I'd have been pissed. But there's not really a lot of guidance on what you should be doing. You're kind of just like in a powerful block, but you have to still be able to take it over from within. That's not like spelled out for you. This is a fun campaign though. I like this a lot. We will formalize the Kawachi Shogunate. The endless politicking of the imperial court has run its course. Undermined by the pageantry and trappings of days past, a strong hand must establish a new order of service, family, and steel. Establish a lasting shogunate. A new age dawns upon Japan as power shifts from pen to sword. Under Kawachi leadership, order will at last be restored, and the last vestiges of the old bureaucracy consigned to history. But let none be mistaken, my authority is derived from our divine Tenno, a necessary measure to ensure peace. And we can move the court if we wanted to, and that gave us access to samurai. Bushi retainers attend to the needs of the nobility, and the highest levels of society armed with a sword and protected with lacquered leather or metal armor. And so we would just now have these guys as well. And we've achieved it! We've got Shogun! And that is the purpose, and that was the point of this video. So I really, really enjoyed this. This was a lot of fun. I hope that you guys did too. I hope that you enjoyed watching me kind of stumble through it and figure it out as I go. I think that that's a fun way of experiencing the DLC for the first time together. I love the Kappa over here. That's fun. And I hope that as we continue to explore this DLC through various, gameplay videos, we'll get a more solid opinion on it. I feel like my review for this one's going to come a little bit later than it normally would, only because I do want to be a bit more informed. My Coronations video a little controversial purely because of my opinion not really being well formed, and I don't really like coronations that much now that I've actually played around with them. But so far, really enjoying this. We've obviously just played with Japan. There's still a lot to cover, but that's going to be it for me. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and I will happily see you in the next one.